Hello, property nomads. Hope you're well. Bad news for energy. There's always bad news for energy, and that's that the energy price cap, surprise, surprise, will rise in January. Now, I'm not going to actually, no, I'll probably get a bee in my bonnet doing this. So, as you probably know, I was in Mexico recently, and had a great time, etc., etc. And it was a couple of days before I was due to fly back, and an electricity bill comes through the door. Now, I'm aware what I'm just about to say, and I'm going to caveat that with I appreciate that they're dealing with different countries and dealing with different ways of doing things, and Mexico and the UK are in different positions when it comes to natural resources and energy in general. But all I can say is it's a very good job I was sat down when the bill came through. So the bill comes through, my wife opens it, and she looks at it very, very weirdly. And says, "Oh, that's a bit high." So I said, "Okay, what? How high is high?" And she said, "Well, it's about 260, 270 pesos." I was, "Oh, okay, that seems a bit tough. That seems low to me, but okay." So how much is that? Well, at the time of conversion, it's about £7. Good job you're probably sat down listening to this like I was sat down at the time. £7. And I said, "How long's that bill period for?" And she said, "That's for 2 months." And that wasn't the kicker, because you're thinking what I was thinking at the time, and I'm not going to repeat those words, but I know you're thinking it as well. The knife got twisted a little bit, because she turned around and said, "That's actually quite high." Again, I'm not going to repeat the words that I said. So in a nutshell, for 2 months, and we've been, 12 hours of light a day, from 6 at night to 6 in the morning. You're using your lights in your home, and there's 2 laptops going, both working from home, etc., etc. Living normally, basically. And the electric bill was £7. That's £3.50 a month. And yet I'm here doing a video about energy price caps going up in the UK. And as I said at the start, I know that it's a different country. I know we've got different energy needs and the way we do different things. But it goes to show how much we get screwed in the UK in general. But yes, so energy regulator Ofgem said that the typical annual household bill would go up from £1,834 to £1,928 in January. That's an increase of £94, which is about 5%. And then you get the whole spiel of, we understand this is going to worry a lot of people, and there's energy crisis here, and all of this sort of stuff. And I'm not going to use this episode to get into the ins and outs of privatization versus running it publicly and whatnot. All I know is that when I was in Mexico and that bill came through and it was £3.50 a month, and my wife said that was high, it's a good job I was sat down. And then I come back here, and then I'm trying to explain to her that you do know that in England, if you're paying about £150 a month, then you're doing okay. However many pesos that is, about, I don't know, 3,000-4,000 pesos. She couldn't quite believe it. I said, "Yeah, that's just the differences." Of course, again, both countries have got do things differently, and there's advantages and disadvantages to both. But it's a shame to come back and then have to look at these articles where people are just getting screwed left, right, and centre. I think the worst thing of all is probably stand in charge, and I think you'd probably agree with that takes the biscuit quite a lot. So this article from the BBC, it just goes through and goes through what the price cap is and what's going on and so forth. But ultimately, as a country, we need to have more energy security, and we need to get better. And by doing that, we need to be drilling for more oil. We need to be using more gas. And I know that eco people don't like hearing that, but they need a dose of reality. There's only so far wind and solar are going to go. They're going to have a useful part moving forwards, definitely. Are they going to be the main thing moving forwards, like it's being rammed down our throat? No, they're not. Nuclear is the answer to that. So yes, at a time when a lot of stuff's going on and things are, as I've said for a while now, things are going to get worse before they get better. I'm sure another energy price increase is just probably going to stoke more anger, I imagine, amongst people. And certainly, you know, when you're comparing just energy usage to other countries, you know, we're paying through the roof. And really, what are we paying through the roof for? That would be my argument. I think there's too much government involved, and we're not using things as efficiently as possible, and a lot of that comes to over-regulation and over-government, etc., etc. But point being, yeah, energy is going up again in the UK. If you want a cheap alternative, get your energy in Mexico, it's a lot cheaper. But this is going to be ongoing, and yeah, I think it just shows the state of where we're at the moment. It will get worse before it gets better. Thank you for listening to Property Nomads. If you could do us a very small favour and please subscribe to the channel, that really, really helps us. We've noticed a massive increase in subscription numbers as a result of you subscribing and recommending the channel to other people. So that'd be great if you can continue to do that. And if you'd like to listen to slightly different content, then go ahead over to Property Nomads podcast. We do produce different content for the podcast. So go over iTunes, Spotify, etc. Go and subscribe over there as well, and spread the word of Property Nomads. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next video.